So you'll want to remember that this is a really imperfect process, especially when you're first starting out. And it's going to take a lot of trial and error, first of all, to find the right search terms, because different words might work better in different resources. And second of all, to find the right resources to use for your research. So it might be that a library catalog turns out to not be the best place for your research question. But that's all part of the research process, is discovering what's going to be most productive for your research. So while we're still in the catalog, I wanted to show you a different type of searching that you can do. And this involves using the catalog fields, the search fields, to control your search more specifically. So I'm going to go up and I'm going to click on search. I'm going to click on the search tab. And then I'm going to click on advanced search. And this is going to give me a few more options to control the types of results that I get. So for this example, let's pretend that a professor mentioned a book to me and recommended that I look it up. I remember the author, I remember one of the words in the title, but I'm not sure I remember the exact book. So I'm going to use field searching in the catalog to help me try to identify that item. So in this case, I remember that my professor told me that the book was written by Paulo Freire. So if I know a particular author, I'm going to search for it with the last name first and a comma, and then the first name. And I'm going to search for that. I'm going to use the pull-down menu to search for that as an author name. And then I remember that the professor told me that the word pedagogy appeared somewhere in the title. I don't remember the exact title, but I know it had the word pedagogy. So I put pedagogy in, and now I'm searching for pedagogy in the title. And so that's going to search for items that are written by Paulo Freire and items that have the word pedagogy appearing in the title. So let's search with these limits in place now, using these search fields to control the results that I get. And now we see a list of all of the books that are written by Paulo Freire and include the word pedagogy in the title. So I can actually scroll down to the very bottom of the list here and see Pedagogy of the Oppressed, which I remember is the book that my professor told me about. So I'm going to click on this title, again looking at the item's record. The next thing that I want to talk to you about is showing you how do you actually access this item. So now that you've found it in the catalog, how do you actually locate it on the shelves and check it out? And all of that hinges on finding the book's call number. So you can see down here where it says call number, and it's actually a call number that starts with 2 letters. Those letters are part of something called the Library of Congress classification system. So we've put some links below that explain what's called the LC classification system, but it's a system used by research libraries and by academic libraries to organize books so that all the books about the same subject end up in the same place on the shelves. So one of the things that you'll want to pay attention to as a graduate student is essentially what are your call number ranges for the subjects that you're researching. So you could ask your professor, but starting to get to know where you're going to be finding a lot of your books in the stacks can be really efficient and effective for you as a researcher. So in this case, I'm going to look up and I'm going to see that the call number starts with LB and is located in the main stacks. Stacks is a library word that just means these are books that you can check out of a library as opposed to maybe reference books or other collections. So knowing that this book is in the main stacks, knowing that this book has a call number, I'm actually going to open up a new window and I'm going to go to umb.edu. I'm going to go back to the library homepage. Under About, in the main navigation menu, we have a floor directory. So I'm going to click on that floor directory. Because we're a research library, this building is huge, our collections are massive, so there's a lot of different places that things can be in this library. And so I just wanted to show you how to use the floor directory to figure out where you need to go to locate books. So I'm going to scroll down, and I'm looking for the floors that list main stacks, call numbers. So in this case, we can see that the main stacks are located on the 8th and the 9th floor. And in this example, we would go to the 8th floor to locate books starting with the letters LB. So you could write down a call number, take it up to the 8th floor, find the book on the shelf, and then take it down to the circulation desk on the 2nd floor and check it out. So that's what you would do if you were looking at a print book. And you know it's a print book because there's a call number listed in the record. But let's go back to our results. And you'll see that some of these books don't have call numbers attached. For example, look at result number 11. It's the same book, Pedagogy of the Oppressed, It says view record for more information, but it doesn't have that call number listed there. So I'm going to click on that title. I'm going to look at the record. And I'm scrolling down to the very bottom of the screen, but I'm not seeing a call number. So anytime you don't see a call number, that's an indication that what you're looking at is most likely an electronic resource, either an ebook or a streaming video. And if that's the case, there's going to be a link somewhere in the record. In this case, it says links. It'll say available online via some kind of platform. In this case, it's eBrary, which is one of our ebook platforms. So I can click that link. I might be prompted to enter my last name and barcode if I'm off campus. And then I'm taken to an interface where I can actually read and interact with that book online. I can save it to my bookshelf. I can search within that book. I can download a chapter of it as a PDF. You can look at the table of contents to see if there is a particular place that you want to go in that book. So you're looking at the electronic version of the book instead of the print book. So that's just one thing you want to keep an eye out for. If you don't see a call number, look for a link in the record, and that will take you to that item online.